walking across the stage, having absolutely no idea what they're walking into um, in the next phase of life. And what I mean by this is that um, there's a lot of issues out there in the world today, and for example, climate change and renewable energy. And I feel like our current school system does not implement enough education on this, and this is why we're going to be talking about this today. So, the reality right now is very different than what I just described to you. Very different than the normal education. And today's children aren't going to inherit a renewable energy source as just a cool idea. It's going to be something that they actually have to implement into their daily lives as a necessity. And most students are going through their high school years, their elementary school years, not knowing about renewable energy, solar power, sustainability, any of that. And the demand for clean energy is growing as the days goes on. For example, electric cars, solar power, all that good stuff. But we need people to know and be aware of that so we can have younger generations come in and get jobs to that. So right now, clean energy is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Our education, though, hasn't caught up yet. Most students graduate without knowing how renewable energy works and why it matters. This creates a major gap between the students in the school, what they're actually learning and what's coming in their future, and what the job requires and what they actually know. So without renewable energy education, students are missing out in two ways. The first, they're missing out on career readiness. They have no idea about renewable energy or what the careers it provides or anything like that. But at the same time, um, when they grow up and they have to vote for people, they don't know anything about renewable energy, and I think it's a big part of today's world because if you look at the direction we're going, electric cars, solar power, all of that, they're missing out on who to vote for, what they stand for, all of that. And schools are losing a huge opportunity to build real-world problem-solving skills. Research from the Department of Energy has shown that students learn better when lessons connect to the real world in their lives. For example, critical thinking skills, hands-on learning, these are exactly the kind of skills that students need for college careers in their life. So the need is clear, obviously, in our education. It needs to match up with the world has to offer right now and what we're teaching the kids. So the solution is pretty simple, I think, and practical. The state and local government should require public schools to integrate renewable energy, from when you're 5 years old all the way to you're 18 years old, graduate high school. And I don't think this means creating a brand new education system. I think it just means implementing these renewable energy, education into the current education system. For example, putting hand-on experience, show how energy is generated and stored. I think this could be put into math classes, science classes, all that. And at the same time, it takes care of what the kids need to learn already and what they need to be taught about renewable energy. And this can spark an interest for careers and even things outside of renewable energy, still in science and all that. Everything kind of works together in that way. I think the teachers use on hands-on activities to make the lessons engaging for like solar panel kits or wind turbines or electric cars, anything like that. So imagine the future would look like if everyone took this step. Everyone would be much more educated in this topic. They can make a little bit better decisions in terms of voting or careers, and they can make the world a better place. And just imagine like the whole community, all these kids grow up and they all understand how to make their homes more effective, how to vote for sustainable energy opinions, and how to support clean technologies that aren't harming the environment. And I think this is a future that students are prepared for that if this is implemented into the education system. And I say, if you believe that, take action because you're the ones that are holding the power right now. And first, I think you can contact your school board and ask them what are they doing about it to implement that into the current education. Second, you can, go to the California Association. I know they have on their website some petitions that you can sign, and this will help get the recognition that this does need to be included into the current school education system. And there's, endless petitions, endless people you can talk to, but I encourage you to get out there and do it. It's not just helping you, but it's helping your kids and their future generations. So, renewable energy is going to define the future, and our jobs, communities, and our ability to respond to climate change is going to depend on that. And it depends on how educated these upcoming kids are on this topic, because if they're not educated, we're not prepared, it's not going to end well for us. So by requiring the renewable energy education in public schools, we're giving them a chance and the knowledge, skills, and competence they need to build a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable world. Thank you guys for watching.